Quick story to talk about, then we'll break, and then we'll talk to James Lynch from Amnesty International, who is just back from Cairo. We continue to hear, Lewis, discussions about isolated incidents, and I was sent an interesting map, which we'll put up on the screen for our TV audience, and we now know of at least 60 specific right-wing plots that have been foiled, in addition to this map that we're showing you, which points out all of the different so-called isolated incidents that there are. And to me, the whole isolated incident claim is becoming, I don't know if an oxymoron, but certainly close to it. We're getting this obsession starting now, and not even starting, it's been going for a while, among right-wing media and conservatives of pointing out that any time that there is an incident of right-wing violence, it's a guy acting alone with no connection to any conservative groups. And I don't know how many of these we need. How many do we need to have, or how many incidents do we need to foil before there will be a serious discussion about these incidents as a collective and what may be influencing the significant increase in them? I don't know what it will take. 50? 100?
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. But what will it take, not just to have a discussion about it, but I think we've already reached the point in which someone like, let's say, Glenn Beck, Rush, whoever, should just take some responsibility and say that, listen, I don't want anyone to do anything violent. I mean, how hard is it to say that?
You know, I think that,
just by, I mean, okay, on the one hand, by saying that, they're acknowledging that these are not isolated incidents, that there's a connection. But at the same time,
they're both good wordsmiths. They could make that claim while still distancing their personal responsibility. Could they not? They could figure out a way to do it.
Definitely.
I believe Glenn Beck has said, I don't condone violence, I don't want violence. But as we know, that is completely separate from the fact that Frances Fox Piven, as a result of Glenn Beck's ranting, has been receiving death threats. She's an elderly woman, professor. We know that Byron Williams has specifically pointed to Glenn Beck's rants about the Tides Foundation, the only guy ranting about the Tides Foundation. We don't need to get back into that. But my point is, in looking at this map and in thinking about the number of right-wing terror plots that have been foiled, what will it take? How many? Give me the number that we need before there will be an acknowledgement that this, number one, is terrorism. We see reticence to even use that term. And number two, that it's not so isolated. While the individuals may not know each other, there is certainly no isolation in terms of their influences and in terms of the overall atmosphere in which this is happening. Send us your thoughts on this. David at davidpakman.com. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Remember, davidpakman.com/birthday. It's the February membership offer. We'll be back after this.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.